Hey everyone and welcome to the club. Today I'm going to be showing how to draw Magneto from the X-Men. Let's get started in the center of our page with the eyes. So we're going to move over to the left side and draw on the upper eyelid. Starting from the outside, we're going to curve across and then down on the inside. Now let's leave a gap and draw the same thing on the right. So we're going to line up the inside of the eyelid, curve up, and then out. Now we're going to add a curve on the inside edge of the eyelid. Starting from the left, we're going to curve in and then up. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Let's tuck the eyes in underneath the eyelid. So we're going to start on the left side. From the outside, we're going to step in, draw a half circle, curving around to the bottom. We're just going to pull that back up. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Curve down to the bottom of the eye, and then we'll pull that back up. On the left side of each eye, we're going to draw a small circle for a highlight. So up against the edge of the eye, curve around, and then back out. We're going to line this up on the right side and do the same thing. Curving around, and back out. Now we tuck a smaller circle in behind the highlight in the center of the eye. So let's start underneath the highlight, curve around, and then back out. Do the same thing on the right side. Now let's go in and fill the pupils in black. Now we're going to line up with the bottom edge of the eye, come towards the center and draw on the nose. So start on the left side, we're going to curve down and then back up. Now we're going to move up and draw a small curve in the opposite direction for the bridge of the nose. Now in the center, we're going to move down and draw in the mouth. We start on the left side, we're going to curve up, and then back down on the right. Now we're going to move down and draw in the lower lip. So we start on the left side, curve down, and then back up. Now we're going to add a short curve on the inside edge of each eye. Starting from the inside edge on the left, we'll curve down and then out. We'll do the same thing on the right. Now let's move up and draw on the eyebrows. From the end of the eyelid on the left, we're going to step up, curve up, and then down towards the inside of the eyelid. Let's do the same thing on the right, curving up, and then out. Now I just want to thicken this up. From the outside, we're going to taper this, going up, and then down. Now that we've drawn the face, let's draw the inside edge of the helmet. In between the brow, start with a point. From this point, I want to curve up and out towards the left. Go back to the center, we're going to curve up and out towards the right. Now from the top, I want to curve around the eyebrow and then down, just beside the eyelid. Now I'm going to go back to the left side. I want to curve down and in underneath the left eye. Let's go to the right side and do the same thing. Curve down and then in. From the inside, we're going to draw two straight lines coming down towards the bottom of the helmet on both sides. Now from the bottom, we're going to step up and draw on the lower chin. Curve down the middle and back up on the right. Now from this point in the helmet, we want to step out and draw a line coming straight down the same length that we have on the inside. So step out, draw a straight line coming down. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Coming down to the same height. Now we're going to connect these 2 points with a curve. Curving down and then in. Now we're going to connect these 2 points with a large half circle for the top of the head. So start on the left side, I'm going to start by going up, rounding this out. I'm going to pull this up towards the top of the head, and then we'll bring this down on the right side, right on top of that line. Now I want to extend this curve going up towards the side of the helmet. So we'll continue this curve going out and up. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now let's go in and add some detail to the helmet. We're going to start from this bottom corner. We're going to curve up and out towards the top edge of the flap. Now let's go to these top 2 points. Starting on the left, we're going to curve up and then out towards the side of the helmet. Now in the center of the helmet, we're going to add a large circle with an open end along the top. So we start on the left side, come around to the bottom of the circle, and then back up on the right side. And then from the top of the circle, we're going to angle up and out towards the top of the head. Now back on the left side, we're going to step out. Just draw that same angle line coming down towards that circle. Now from here, I'm just going to curve around the circle down towards the side. Let's do the same thing on the right. Coming down with an angled line, and we'll go around the circle towards the side. And then from this line, I'm going to curve up and out towards that point on the left. And we do the same thing on the right, curving out and across. Now I'm going to add 2 lines along the top. From this point, I'm going to step out, angle out, do the same thing on the right side. Now in between this point and that line, we're going to curve across and then out. We're going to add 1 more trim on the outside of the helmet. We're going to take this curve, step up, and just duplicate that, going in towards that line. Alright, so now that we complete the head, let's work our way down the body. We're going to start with the large shoulders first. So over on the left side, underneath the head, we're going to curve down and out. Let's go to the right side and draw a curve in the opposite direction, going out towards the tip of the shoulder. Now from here, we're going to come up and in behind the helmet. Go up and curve that in. Now let's add the edge of the cape. About halfway along this curve, so right here, we're going to curve up and out. Line this up on the right and do the same thing. Now from the bottom corner of the shoulder, we're going to step up. We're going to follow that same curve going in towards the cape. Do the same thing on the right side. Alright, so now let's move in and draw on the sides of the body. From this line, we're going to step in, curve out, and down towards the hip. Out and down towards the right side. And then from the hips, we're going to draw 2 angled lines coming up and in. Pull that into right about there. Do the same thing on the right. Now I'm going to go straight up underneath the chin. In the center, we're going to add the collar. So from the chin, we're going to step down, curve down, and then up. Now from the inside lines, we're going to step out and draw another line coming all the way down towards the bottom. And then about halfway down this line, we're going to curve out and down towards the side of the body. From these 2 inside points, we're going to step up and draw a straight line going across. Now let's draw that center flap. From the inside point, we're going to step out, draw a straight line coming down, do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to connect these 2 points with a curve coming down the middle and then back up on the right. Now we're going to step up about halfway down the flap and draw a straight line going from left to right. Let's continue working down with the legs. So in the center, underneath the flap, we're going to step down, draw a curve from left to right, going up and then down. Now we're going to leave a gap in the center, go to the left side, curve out and down towards the left heel, curve out and down towards the right heel. Let's round out the bottom of the feet. So from the heel, we're going to curve down and then up towards the toe. And back on the left side, we're going to draw on the top of the foot. From the toe, we're going to curve up. I'm going to hook that down, aiming towards the heel. We'll stop right about there. I'm going to do the same thing on the right side. Now at the bottom, we just want to thicken up the sole. We're going to take this curve, step up, and just duplicate that. Now let's go back up to the hip and draw on the side of the leg. Starting from the left, curve out, round out the leg, and we'll pull that in towards the top of the foot. And then from the bottom corners of the flap, we'll curve down, and then out towards the side of the leg. Let's draw the edge of the boot. From this line, we're going to step down, draw a curve from left to right, curving down and up. Line this up on the right side. Do the same thing. We're going to add a trim just below it. So just following that same curve. Now we're going to move back up and draw in the arms. We start about halfway down the side of the body, so at the end of this line, curve out and down towards the wrist on both sides. Now back on the left side, let's start with the thumb. From the wrist, we're going to draw a half circle, curving in and then back out. At the end of the thumb, I'm going to draw a bracket. At the bottom of the thumb, we're going to curve down and up around that bracket. We're going to step down, curve down and up the second finger. Now the third finger is going to start out here, curve around, and pull this up towards the bottom corner of the shoulder. Let's do the same thing on the right. Start with the thumb, then add a bracket. At the bottom of the thumb, we'll curve down and up around that bracket. Curve out and up the second finger. Now the third finger is going to go all the way up towards the bottom corner of the shoulder. Now we're going to add the edge of the sleeve. Starting from the inside of the wrist, we're going to curve up and then out on both sides. And then we're going to step up just underneath the shoulder and draw that same curve coming in towards the inside of the arm. Now we're just going to thicken up the trim along the top. We step down, just follow that same curve on both sides. Now the last thing we're going to do is add the cape in behind the body. So in line with the bottom corner of the shoulder, we're going to come all the way down underneath the second finger, curve out and down towards the left, go to the right side, curve out and down towards the right. Now we want to connect these 2 points with a curve coming down the middle. We're going to go in behind the legs, in between, and then we'll go up on the right side. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Magneto from the X-Men. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send me your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.